Yo, what's up? It's Jason. I'm back with another video and a little bit of an unboxing to do today, straight out of the UK. This label. Yeah, I got some metal. Got my metal shirt on right now, my death metal shirt on, because I know what's in this box is some represses, some heavy metal represses. I think in the death metal camp, but some classic shit. Yeah, I got this out of the UK from Plastic Head Distro, aka Back on Black. You know the whole series where they do lots of killer reissues, keep them cheap for us to buy and collect. So let's see what we got in terms of this box. I think I ordered something like 5 cassettes from them, and all well packed. Came pretty fast. Ordered it directly from their website. So there's that. And I'm in Canada, so it cost me probably more than it would somebody stateside. Going to be heading over to the UK soon, actually, and maybe I will see these there on the cheap. I don't know, but I'm going to be touring in UK, Europe, and going to lots of record stores and picking up stuff. So stay tuned for some definite updates, video updates. I'm just taking them all out of the package here first before I show them off. Yeah. All right. So starting off with the UK. Some UK, old school UK thrash. They were also influenced by hardcore punk, I think, too. Onslaught, classic band. This is Power from Hell, in case you hadn't noticed. Back in Black, 2022 reissue. Right there. Let's open up the goods here a little bit on some of these. See what kind of packaging we got. But man, yeah, they're doing it up really well here. Very pro repress. Kind of lucky at this point, I think, that cassettes are so back in vogue that you can get repress of old albums on cassette. I don't have to hunt for the $100 OGs, which I have spent once in a while, I will say. So here we go. Onslaught, Power from Hell on a black shell. There it is. And we got lyrics, loads of demonic lyrics. Yeah. I don't know this album, actually. I have some Onslaught, but I think it's like a single I have. And I don't know this album, so I'm pretty psyched. Check this out. Like I said, old school thrash. I got a couple of really cool bootleg tapes, bootleg recordings of Black Sabbath live. Wow. Steel City Blues, Pittsburgh broadcast 1978. There's Ozzy on the cover. I don't know, I couldn't resist these ones. This one is Syracuse in 1976, a New York State broadcast. So these were like actually broadcast on the radio back in the day on their U.S. tours. And I'm just psyched to hear what's on these bad boys and how the recordings all came out and shit. Man, classic tunes on here. So that really cool. Live recordings, man. Snowblind kicks this set off. Then Black Sabbath, Dirty Women, Rock and Roll Doctor. Wasp, Behind the Wall of Sleep. Nibs on here. Children of the Grave is on here. Finishes off with Paranoid Fairies with Boots and Iron Man, of course, Electric Funeral. Very cool. Who doesn't love Sabbath, right? And you know, a good live recording on cassette, no less. Let's just open up this other one. Okay, so that was Pittsburgh, baby. Steel City Blues, 1978. But before then, we have 1976. The Ozzy era of Sabbath. The original era of Sabbath. I did get to see Black Sabbath once. I've seen them once with Ronnie James Dio on a 2007 tour. The Heaven and Hell comeback. It was unbelievable. It was amazing. Definitely on the bucket list. Probably in my top 10 concerts of all time. There it is, Black Sabbath. New York State broadcast. If you were lucky enough to just record it off the radio, right? Got that, and you got that. Yeah. Some classic old school. I mean, I had to grab these, right? So like, I don't know, $15 or something ish each for these cassettes. Pretty killer shit. How about some Mayhem, old school again, old school black metal originators here. Um, Reissue. This is the Death Crush debut album. Reissue on. Oh, I was gonna say it was on Nuclear War Now, but it's not. It's a different label to this one. DSR. This one. It's been reissued many ways. In fact, I have a vinyl version of this on Back in Black, and I have a CD version. So actually, I've got 3 copies now of Mayhem's classic, really crusty sounding. Of course, notoriously nasty bunch of gangsters. Nasty bunch of kids in that band. How about some Bathory, some Swedish OG black metal? This is before Mayhem came out. This is OG. I love this album. This is one of my top 10 albums played over the years. Kind of grew up on Bathory, Venom, Celtic Frost, all the good shit. And yeah, it's the debut, right? It's the Horns, the Batlord album. Yeah, it's the best album. The other stuff is good too. Hades, Reaper, Sacrifice. Well, this is just on side 1, So anyway, just cool to have it on cassette. I have a reissue vinyl. I have no OGs of this of the Bathory album. Love to get an OG copy. I'd go up to $100 for the OG copy, but I'm pretty sure it probably sells for $300 Canadian on vinyl. But yeah, there it is, Bathory. Now, back as a kid, we had this on Bonsai Records out of Canada, and here you go. You got Side Evil and Side Darkness. It's not a very long album. You can see the tape length. Yeah, we used to have this on Bonsai, and all our metal stuff on Bonsai. So that was the classic underground label that reissued stuff in Canada in fairly limited period of time. I think 5 or 6 years, and those tapes are super coveted. I have a few OGs in my collection, like Venom, and maybe a Slayer on Bonsai. I've got a few Bonsais, but anyway, I digress. These are all reissues, reissue cassettes. Lots of fun just for the cassette experience. Some killer metal. Speaking of tapes, I've been working my way through a bunch of mixtapes lately. I've got some mixtapes of my live stream, the Death Disco series. If you haven't watched that, there'll be some, but there's some also in my feed on my channel, and that's where I mix it up: punk, goth, industrial, metal, you name it. Do other DJ sets too, and other mixtapes. So yeah, that's my update. Now, I have noticed that I have recently reached a massive milestone on my channel, over 800 subs, and I appreciate every single one of you, even the fake ones in the 800, because I'm sure there's some fake accounts. But so stay tuned. I've got an idea. I've got a plan for an 800 subs contest. I haven't figured out what I'm going to give away, but I have so much stuff I'm selling lately. I should just give some of that away probably. So stay tuned for an 800 subs contest announcement. I'll see you guys in the next one.